And
Mm.
we live this morning, man, to talk about a few things, yo. First off, I didn't get a chance to address it yesterday. Had a real busy day. So that's why I decided to go live with y'all this morning. Alabama got their coach, man. Alabama got their coach in Kalen Deboer. And for Kalen Deboer, I just want to let you know, to all you Alabama fans and to you now, sir, I don't like y'all. I can't stand y'all. And I don't give a damn what y'all say. It ain't gonna be like it used to be. You got just not me being objective about it. There's pros and cons to it. I feel like the pro for it for Alabama, is he's a good coach. He has a really good track record. We got a bump on my little. Got a really good track record. You know, won a lot. Obviously just played for a national championship, and I feel like if his quarterback was somewhat accurate, he had a chance to win that game. So when you talk about just from a pure football standpoint, the guys won a lot in a short period of time. But the negatives is, apparently he doesn't have any ties to the South. He hasn't been a head coach that long on this type of level. So you wonder about his recruiting. Because for college, what made Nick Saban so great was not only was he a really good coach, he was an elite recruiter. And when he went to Alabama, he already had the ties by coaching at LSU. And obviously got so many Louisiana kids to go over there. I don't know if they beating down the door to go play for Kalen DeBar, or however you say his name. But, we'll see. Time will tell. It does got a little bit of a Brian Harsin, the Arbin type of feel to it. But, I think he's a better coach than him, obviously. But we'll see. You know, um, Me as an LSU fan, I'm excited because I don't give a damn what y'all say. It ain't gonna be like what we just experienced the last 17 years. So I'm happy about that. And in other news, man, before I get to everybody, another legendary coach is gone and has a replacement. Jared Mayo steps in to the New England Patriots head coaching role. Apparently from what they're saying, it's something that's been in the works for a while. Like they knew for the last 2 years that he was the heir apparent. Obviously, that's somebody I think their fan base could get excited about. He's spent a lot of time with the defense over the years. Young guy, me and him the same age, which is funny to think somebody my age. Well, Sean McVay is pretty young as well. Um, and he was a first round draft pick for that organization. Like he's a true patriot, like he's a true patriot. So I don't, and they're in a position where there's no expectations right away. He got time to build that thing back up because they got to get him another quarterback. They got to get some more skill position players, and they in a division with the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, and if Aaron Rodgers comes back healthy, the New York Jets. So they don't have much expectations next year. Whereas for the bar, you got to keep this train moving. And then also, man, obviously y'all know about my Eagles, but we play Monday, so as Eagles fans, we can sit back this weekend and watch everybody else, man. NFL Wildcard Weekend officially kicks off today. Houston, Texas, taking on the Cleveland Browns. I like Houston in this game. I do. With CJ Stroud, I think he's gonna make enough plays, man. Tonight you got Miami and Kansas City, where it's supposed to be uh like minus 30 or something like that with the wind chill. I just don't see how Miami going there in that type of weather and win that game. I'm sorry. Tomorrow you got we'll get to tomorrow games tomorrow. But yeah, that's the games today, yo. But anything else, man, y'all want to chop it up about or whatever, just let me know. And let's run it. What's up, Mr. Underscore God First Vegan? Definitely got big shoes to fill. A lot of pressure gonna be on him. Harder conference. We about to be on top. Go Tigers. Yeah, I agree, man. Like that's a lot of pressure. Like it's impossible to replace that guy. Like it is impossible to replace that guy. And like I said, as an LSU fan, you're right. I'm excited. We hired Bo Davis. arguably the best D-line coach in the country. Blake Baker is going to be a much better defensive coordinator, and there's the possibility we could bring Corey Raymond back. So with all that being said, man, I'm happy. I'm as an LSU fan, I am ecstatic, man. This is great news. What's up, Trey Brown? Do guy, I think we losing to the Bucks. Something wrong with our locker room. Uh, I hope you wrong, man. That it's very possible we lose this game though. It really is. But what's so fascinating, Trey, about our game is that I think we're gonna really find out what's going on Monday. I think that you know, if we go out there and have another bet, because they've been telling you got Dallas got it. Oh, we really didn't really basically saying we was playing around because we didn't respect these teams. You got all these excuses and all these cliches that the players and the coaches are using constantly. But this is the thing. If we go out there and we lose bad Monday or even really lose, because we better than this team. Yeah, like we're gonna have to really consider some serious changes, man. We can't just be like, oh, we just changed the coordinators and everything. All right, no, it's a locker room situation. I agree, but if we go out there and put up a really good performance, and get our confidence back, it's funny because I think the Eagles, we could either lose Monday and go one and done, or we could make the Super Bowl. I firmly believe that. I believe that this team could go to Tampa and get the brakes beat off of them. And at the same time, I believe this team could miraculously go on a run to get to and beat everybody and get to the Super Bowl. So we're gonna find out, man. That's the fascinating thing about it. Monday's a huge day for us Eagle fans. We're gonna find out what's really up with this team. And if we lose, yeah, they're gonna have to make wholesale changes. What's up, Jacob Ledford? KC weather is crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, I think Miami is a better team than Kansas City. I really do. But man, you asking Tua don't have the hugest arm already, and you asking them to go in that's hard for a warm weather climate team to go in that type of weather, man, and play a football game. Like that's a lot, yo. Kansas City really got to play bad, for me to believe Miami's going to win this game. Like I said, I think Miami's a better team. And if they somehow miraculously handle the elements, they got a shot because I think they're better this year. But man, I don't know, man. That's you're right. That's some crazy weather. What's up, KB Brown? Good morning, Mr. Duga. Been a long time. Do you see LSU winning a national championship in the next 2 years? Uh, I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say in the next three. Uh, I don't think next year we could expect that. I think we could make the playoff, but I just don't think we have enough personnel, defensively to make a national championship run next year. And I really, really like the 2025 class. It got a chance to, if we continue to add to it, to be the best in the country. And I think when that class becomes sophomores, I think is when we look at it and be like, all right, like it's championship or bust. So I'm gonna say about 3 years. I think we could win it. I also think Jalen can be too relaxed as well. I wish the media would call him out more about his league leading in turnovers. If it was Josh Allen or Dak, they would smoke them. Yeah, and that's the thing with Jalen. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm kind of, and I'm with you on that because I'm kind of starting to get a little irritated about that myself. The whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole too cool for school like type of mantra is straight when we winning. When we losing, you come across like you don't give a damn. And I'm not saying Jalen don't give a damn. I know Jalen really wants this, but man, let's just be honest, man. The human element of it is when you get compensated at your job like that, it's a little level of relaxation. Like it's a human element. You relax a little bit. You're not as hungry. You got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why people like Tom Brady is such an outlier, because no matter what he got, he wanted more and more and more and more. And you've seen it in his work ethic. You've seen it in his tantrums on the sideline. Same thing with Michael Jordan, like in his heyday. Like, no matter how much championships he wanted it, wanted it, wanted it. Same with Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. Like all these greats, man, it's no relaxation with them. And with Jalen, I do sense a little bit of relaxation. Like I do sense it's like, man, when things are going bad, we want you to show a little emotion. We want you to show that it is getting to you a little bit, man. So yeah, I agree with that. What's up, Jared Williams? Good morning, Mr. Dugas. Good morning. Run Smith with he's the key to this playoff run. He definitely is. And then if you go back and look at our last matchup with Tampa Bay, I think it was week 3, that Monday night game in Tampa, ironically. Swift ran his butt off, man. Like, man, we ran for over 200 yards that game. Like, it's that's why I say, man, like Monday is so fascinating for us Eagles fans because, man, we've been hearing all these cliches and all these, well, maybe they saving Swift for the playoffs. Well, maybe they're not really breaking out their real playbook. Like, we've been hearing all this nonsense. Like, it's no more holding Swift back now. Like, run this man. Run him. Get behind this offensive line and run this man and mash people, yo. And Jalen on third down, make plays, man. And be careful with the ball. If we got to punt. But be careful with the ball, yo. What's up, Burnt? Man, that's a funny day, man. Some people only care about the process, but doesn't care about the results. Yeah, and that's Jalen. And not to say you don't care about the results, but man, it's just certain things is cool when you winning and it's not cool when you losing. And look, granted, I'll be honest with you, it's really no right complete answer. It's like when you're losing, like at a clip that we're losing 5 out of 6, it's really nothing they could say that's gonna make us all be like, you know what, we good. Oh yeah, we ready now. Oh boy, we ready. We about to go kick. But it's nothing they could say. So it's like they're reaching. It's like if they seem like they're not panicking, we get annoyed because it seems like they don't care. If they seem like they're panicking, we're annoyed because they're panicking and they don't have no answers. So to be fair to them, at this point, it's really nothing they could say to make us feel better. All they're going to do is just annoy us more and more and more, but at least for them, they got the J. Brown didn't come to practice. It's bad for him. Yeah, I'm starting to get worried now that, I'm sorry, y'all got this light, trying to get this light out of here. I am concerned now that it is a real possibility that he actually may not play in this game. After I ain't gonna lie, man, when it first happened, I freaked out. I thought he tore his ACL. And then I found out, he good. That wasn't the case. And it wasn't even really nothing serious, but it is an injury to his knee. So he is banged up. Like, as much as we want to sit up here and act like he gonna be all right, man, it's a problem. And it's a possibility he may not play. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I would love to see AJ Brown out there fully healthy, being himself and all that other stuff. But we could still beat Tampa Bay without him. And like we've mentioned, and the key to this game is running the football. It's running the football, man. Like, I don't believe Tampa Bay could really stop our rushing attack. So, if it means you rest AJ this week to get him a few more days or whatever to get healthier, and you feel like you can still win this game, then by all means get him. And you get him back for either San Fran, Dallas, or maybe even the Rams. Man, to be honest, if we lose and Sirianni gets fired, I understand I would not do it, but I cannot believe Howie Roseman will get 3 coaches fired. Most GMs don't survive 2 head coaching. Howie got photos. Man, I think it got a lot. If we fire Sirianni, it gotta. I think if he fires Sirianni, if we lose Monday, I think it's because he really believe he got a better head coaching option out there. I mean, they do got some, you got, now I don't know, from what history says they don't really like a strong arm of the law type of head coach because they like to kind of run everything. But I mean, you got Bill Belichick out there, you got Mike Vrabel out there, you got head coaches out there that have won. You know what I'm saying? So if he fired, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've become very annoyed, with Nick Sirianni because for me, like I've mentioned in previous videos, is that it's the same thing when it works when you win and it looks bad when you lose. And his antics, and it makes me wonder, like, what do you really do? You don't call plays. Like we don't like you don't call plays, and obviously you don't rally up the troops like a Dan Campbell does in Detroit. So it's like, what really are you doing? What really is your purpose here if everything gonna just get worse and worse and worse, and you have no answers for it? What's up, Brian Turner? All jokes aside, Saban has left the bar the keys to what is still the nation's most talented program. They're still a much more talented than LSU defensively, at least for now. Yeah, and that's the thing. They still are a very talented football team. We got to see what happens with the portal. I know Isaiah Bond is leaving. They lost the recruit to that 5-star wide receiver. But yeah, they still got a lot of players there. They got a lot of talent there. Deboer, his first was gonna be critical for him as his first two seasons and seeing if he can keep this train rolling. Not saying that he has to win a national championship, but you gotta at least win a SEC. You gotta get in the playoff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta at least be a threat in the playoff to make team players want to come there because, like, I'll be honest with y'all. Think about a program back in the 90s like Nebraska. We all of us that remember, Nebraska had it going on, man. Nebraska was winning every year, doing their thing. They had it all going on with Tom Osborne. And he left, and then they got Bill Callahan. And I mean, the man got fired, I think, after winning 9 games or something like that. And they just never been that program again because it's not a great recruiting situation if you don't have the coach in place. I feel and that same with Alabama. Alabama got arguably the 2 greatest college football coaches of all time in Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. And look, I know they won one in '92 with Gene Stallings, but like when people was talking about Sarkisian going there, and I told people, Texas right now is a better job than Alabama. When you consider we got NIL and Texas has a lot of NIL money, and you consider the fact now that Texas is in the SEC now, like, why would he leave Texas for Alabama? And he already got his team in place, including his quarterback, and a team that just went to the playoff. So for Alabama, Deboer gonna have to win immediately over there to keep getting these full, because I don't know how the man is as a recruiter. We know one thing about Nick Saban. Nick Saban is going to recruit and recruit at a legendary level. I mean, Nick Saban came to LSU, and you think about the Ed Reeds, the Reggie Waynes, the Warwick Dunns, all these great football players in the state of Louisiana that never went to LSU. And when Nick Saban came there, he noticed, like, man, this is a sleeping giant. And we started becoming and still till this day, LSU is a desirable school, regardless of who the head coach is. So, and then Les Miles, to his credit, though I never was a big Les Miles guy, Les Miles at least kept the recruiting up there. So for Deboer, he got to find a way to keep the recruiting coming, and you do that by winning football games and keeping that Alabama name, afloat. So he got to win there immediately. Like, if they have a season, like if they lose 3 games next year and all that other stuff, like, Alabama gonna start becoming Nebraska. Let's see. Half of my family are Giants and Eagles fans. 2 of my aunts are Cowboy fans. Man, y'all just missing Commanders over there, man. That's I know that's a lot of trash talking over there and with that family, man. That got to be a lot of fun. Also adding legendary D-line coach Bo Davis and Kevin Peoples, who coached Mizzou into the best D-line in the conference last year, means LSU could very well yield an elite defense in 2024. Man, I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right. And I do agree. I love the additions that Brian Kelly has made to the defensive staff. The defense should be much improved this year. I don't know if we're gonna become, like how Michigan D was this year. But we should be much, much improved. And it gives me a lot of optimism going forward. And we still got a player like Harold Perkins over there. So, so I'm really, really excited. How does Howie get to skate through though? I believe Howie is this team's biggest problem. He is not good at drafting. On the defensive side of football, Carter was a solar eclipse. I don't I hear what you're saying, but I don't really think Howie is the problem now. Look, a couple of years ago, I hated Howie because of his draft. Howie has gotten better at drafting, and I mean, okay, let's look at the team for example. He traded for AJ Brown, an elite wide receiver. He brought in Jalen. Now, I didn't like the Jordan Davis pick when we made it. If you go back way in the archives of me talking about that draft, I wanted Kyle Hamilton because I watched Jordan Davis a lot in the SEC, and it's like, why you taking that? Like, that's somebody you take in the third round, like somebody that's only going to play the run and do nothing else. When Kyle Hamilton was clearly a difference-making safety, and you see him what he's doing with Baltimore just in his second year. He's already a Pro Bowler. And Jordan Davis basically does nothing, So yeah, and really it's the linebacker position, man, is the only thing that I could really, really blame Howie for. You paid your quarterback, who you drafted when none of us liked the draft pick at the time, but you drafted your quarterback. You did draft Devontae Smith. You did draft Dallas Goedert. You traded for AJ Brown. You put that offensive line together. The defensive line is, as far as personnel, is legit. They just underperforming. Like the linebacker situation, even with that, we thought, let's be honest, we all thought we had a steal when we took Nakobe Dean in the third round last year. We thought we had an absolute steal. Nakobe Dean has not lived up. We seeing now why he's a third rounder. Now the TJ Edwards thing, that's he say, she say. A lot of people say that he's from the Chicago area or whatever, and he wanted to go home regardless. Maybe that's true. I don't know that for a fact. But yeah, you could have done a better job at keeping him, And I mean, yeah, we was missing a linebacker. We really and truly was supposed to be short one linebacker. And let's be honest, he signed Shaq Leonard, which at the time we were happy with that. Now, we didn't expect him to be all pro Shaq Leonard, but we were happy with that. Slay and Bradbury were both very good last year. Avonte Maddox is arguably one of the best slot corners. Now, as far as the safety position, I mean, hey, Blankenship played well last year. We thought he was okay. And I mean, he traded for Kevin Byard, who we all thought was going to be a difference maker. Like, I can't put this on Howie because when you look at the roster from a personnel standpoint, the only weakness we supposedly was supposed to have was one linebacking position. And then he went signed Shaq Leonard. So we really not supposed to have no holes on this team when you think about it. The quarterback has not played as well as he did last year. The play calling has been bad. That's not on Howie. That's a Nick Sirianni, Brian Johnson problem. The play calling has sucked. The quarterback hasn't played to his expectations. The defensive line is not creating any pressure. The corners all of a sudden got old in a year. That's not really on Howie because they played really well last year. So I can't put this on Howie. This to me is players underachieving combined with coaching, not coaching the players right. That's just how I feel about it. A lot of talk is about these first SEC game is against Georgia. People not talking about how they got to go to Wisconsin week 3. Yeah, that's a tough schedule, yo. What's your Super Bowl prediction? I'm gonna be biased, man. I hope the Eagles. Let me just say that. But if I had to put my money down on it, I would say San Fran and Buffalo, man. I know Baltimore looks great, and I'm rooting for Baltimore in the EFC. I want to see Lamar get to a Super Bowl. I just think something is telling me it's Buffalo's time, though. Like San Fran and Buffalo just been right there, right there, right there, man. I feel like it's San Fran versus Buffalo, but obviously I hope it's the Eagles. Let's see, y'all. A couple of more than I gotta run. I was just saying how Nebraska fell off after Osborne and have never recovered. The bar has been criticized a lot for not being an elite recruiter. It's very possible they end up like Nebraska. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. He has to be a really good recruiter to keep that thing afloat, because that's not just a school that people gonna just want to go to. Like Alabama is in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not like USC or you in Florida with great weather. Like, even with LSU, I mean, you got New Orleans right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for people to want to come to Bama, they need the coach is the reason you go there. You don't just go there because of is that like no, like that was Bear Bryant, Nick Saban. Let's see. I'm gonna get one more. I ain't caught yet because I gotta run. What's up, Gate City Blue Devil, my brother? Congratulations, Jared Merrill. I wish him well. Yeah, man. Former man was a dog at Tennessee too. But all right, y'all. I gotta run, man. Appreciate y'all tuning into the early morning live. Um, I'll just talk to y'all later, man. In the meantime, enjoy this weekend. Be safe, and talk to y'all soon, man. Go Tigers.